Welcome to Touched and Empowered, a show created to empower individuals to value their lives by hosting think tank discussions that will inspire positive action. Touched and Empowered with Katie and Ace starts now.
Welcome to this episode of Touched and Empowered. As Ace is giggling, what do you share? What do you want to share about today, Giggleless?
No. Sorry, I really hope that wasn't too loud for anybody who's listening. So when you just have a really amazing day, that is today for me. I'm very grateful. I actually woke up, like the immediate thing that I wanted to do is just think of 10 things to be grateful for.
Oh, we
Right?
like mornings like those.
Right. So I woke up and I was like, I am so grateful for this bed. I'm so grateful for these pillows. I'm so grateful that I could just snuggle. That was like one of three. Then it kept escalating throughout the day and it kept going and it kept going. And then the day just got better and better and better, just like escalating to that point where I was like, I gotta start my days off like this more often. My goodness gracious, it's fantastic. One. Two, I'm actually really grateful. So my business as a transformational coach, I feel like whatever was blocking it the past year and a half.
Mm-hmm. Has it moved?
It has moved dynamically and it's amazing. It's kind of like I'm very grateful.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did realize was there was a lot of self-doubt. And when you have self-doubt within your own life, right? What you want or desire, you block yourself from it and you don't know why. All right.
It's kind of like going through the motions and expecting a different result. Going through the motions and expecting a different result.
Yeah, it's intangible. There's something about it there's something, right? And you don't know what it is. And like on a subconscious level, doing something different isn't, it's not common sometimes, especially if you put yourself in a routine, right?
Yeah, routines are very beneficial and at times stifling.
And that's the fun part, right? So I'm really grateful for the fact that we do go through our routines. That is understandable. It's understandable to have discipline. It's understandable to understand what your goals are, orient your behaviors to achieve those goals, right?
Right?
And that takes some time and some self-reflection and courage to do something different, even if it's something small, such as waking up and saying thank you.
Yes, for me today, it was the big aha. I'm part of a 30-day challenge, and today's challenge was cultivating your support group. And the aha I had is that it's really easy for me to be part of a support group if I am supporting other people. It is not easy for me to be part of a support group and ask for help or ask for support. And that was my big aha today.
That's incredible. Where is this support group or this challenge?
It's on an app
Mm,
called GPS to Life Success.
catchy.
And I am one of the coaches actually on that app. And one of the fellow coaches created this 30-day challenge. And so to test it out, I said I would do it. Yeah, I am finding so many things I need to work. I don't need to work on. I've been finding so many things that I want to work on because there is now a light shining on them as to, oh, I can make an improvement here.
Yeah.
So yeah, some of them like today is like, oh, great, support group. Yay, I could be part of it. Oh, wait, that means I need to ask for support too. Yeah, that. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm grateful that you shared that.
I'm grateful that I saw it. I'm grateful that I'm aware of it. I'm grateful that the coaches that I work with on this app have helped provide space and an ear as I go through and vent over these 30-day challenges. But most of them are not that bad. Some of them have been very helpful, and they touch on all aspects of life in reference to self-care, in reference to finances, in reference to, support for others, support for yourself, little baby steps you can do to improve things like drink more water during the day, eat, make sure you eat when you're actually hungry instead of ignoring it or eating throughout the entire day because you're just doing nothing but eating, which I am guilty of.
Oh, yeah.
I'm an emotional eater. I know that for a fact.
I'm craving deep dish pizza, and I just needed to eat it. So ladies,
so enjoy your deep dish pizza. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm grateful for deep dish pizza. I don't eat it.
Yep, be grateful for it, enjoy it, and again, one of the things that's being brought to my awareness with this challenge is, other than water, you have to have water. You can't survive without water. But when it comes to everything else, everything in moderation. So like one of my things that I love is popcorn. But it's not just, plain old boring popcorn is fine because I do like the taste, I do like the texture of it. But I was gifted some of this Moose Crunch caramel decadent popcorn that like sticks to your teeth. It's like really sweet, really good and crunchy, and reminding myself not to eat the whole bag in one sitting, but put a little bit to a bowl and have my little bowl now. So then I have a little bowl later and I can have another bowl another day and another bowl another day. Otherwise, it's gone in one sitting. And then I'm like, well, fun while it lasted.
I hear you, and I appreciate you for that. Like, notice I'm just saying I'm grateful, I'm appreciative. I'm just gonna keep going with this because the vibe is so great. Two, I am so grateful that you shared that because I had these cravings this week for deep dish pizza. I'm not pregnant. What's it called? Chips, honey Dijon chips. I was craving them this week.
Honey Dijon pretzels is my weakness there.
That kettle corn. I was eating
kettle corn.
I had 2 bags in 2 days. And I was like, okay, so we just buy these once in a month of like, because the thing is, you also look, ladies and gentlemen, we can beat ourselves up a lot for the things that like really nourish our hearts sometimes, and that really nourished my heart. That and pears, I love pears.
There you go. And again, it's one of those things that I know that this can be a trend for me. I've gone weeks where I'll eat popcorn every single day, whether it be flavored popcorn, whether it be just regular old microwave popcorn, whether it be popcorn in a bag that I bought at the grocery store, whether it be kettle corn or whatever. It didn't matter. Popcorn is popcorn. And then there are times that it'll go weeks that I won't touch it. So realizing that I have these waves, these tendencies, that there are certain times, whether it's the moon, whether it's the sun, whether it's when my son's home from college, it doesn't matter. I don't know what the time frame is, but I go through these waves. And just being mindful of it, that if I'm on one of these popcorn kicks, that it's not the stuff covered in caramel every single day. Or if it is, that I'm putting it into a small bowl. I'm doing an actual serving size instead of the whole bag. Because I just need to be mindful as to how much of it that I'm actually eating, because otherwise I stuff myself and then I get an upset stomach and that doesn't feel too good. And it doesn't matter what you're eating. If you stuff yourself, you end up with an upset stomach. You don't feel too good. The purpose of eating is to provide fuel for our body, and we only need to provide as much fuel as our body is actually using.
You know what's funny? Maybe this pizza. I should get more of this pizza. Like, when you talk about fuel, I'm like, let's go.
You're going to be like working on some project for the rest of the night. I know you are, which is why you're doing the pizza right now.
Sort of like, so essentially, I have an event tomorrow, right?
Yep.
The really amazing thing that I'm really grateful for, the thing that's been like, most coaches, what we do is we look for, we have a specific type of client.
Hmm.
We all do. It's like, what is your ideal client? And you'll list the characteristics, right? Yeah, I chanted about this and this was great. And it was chanting, self-reflecting, and understanding that like a lot of my doubt was getting in the way. And I think I mentioned this. A lot of my doubt was getting in the way. So like how do we uproot that doubt? And then how do we just like bring forth more courage to achieve the things that I really want instead of being scared of what I want out of fear of being let down that it won't happen?
Ah.
Uh-huh, yes. So as we moved past that fear, thankfully, a lot of inner work.
Hmm.
We're getting to the event that is tomorrow, and it is a Reiki, and we're going to be doing this monthly. So thankfully, you'll see it on here. Uh, so Reiki sound bath was two incredible intuitives. One of them is amazing with sound instruments, so she helps clear out any of the negative energies through bells, chimes, and a bunch of other
Ooh.
instruments that I can't even name at the moment because they're all very diverse. And then the other person is a Reiki healer as well. So I got some of that magic, wonderful essence
Yep.
on Sunday. And then it's in collaboration with what I do, which is energy healing through candle work,
Hmm.
as well as my intuitive readings.
Very good.
Right, right. So with my intuitive readings, this is everything. This is clear. This is like channeling. This is readings of cards, things of that nature. Whatever I'm being drawn to, essentially advise the person in front of me based off of their journey and what they want to accomplish, what they're feeling blocked from. Right. And my specific clientele are like high performers, manifesting generators, people that are in alignment with a huge mission in this world to
Right.
bring a higher frequency to this world, to elevate people's lives, to help people feel better. Because heck, this is whatever we're going through right now. um, and we need it. So those are the people that are doing things that aren't common. And it's really tough to keep pushing a vision when you don't have that emotional support, that belief that somebody else also has. Don't get me wrong, believing in yourself is great and it helps. But when that belief falters, because everyone has
Yeah.
that coach that helps you see your vision, that helps push you forward, that tells you, hey, stop staring towards the doubt. Go this way, go this way, go this way. We love you. You're supported by the universe. You got this, go. That one, that's me. So I really love that.
And
And
I love how we're aligning this with, you know, being the coach in your corner, because when it comes to sports, everyone knows that they need a coach. But when it comes to everyday life, it's nice to have a coach in your corner to help be there to kick you in your butt when you need it and remind you that you are on the right path and that there are going to be bumps in the road, but you're going to overcome those bumps in the road and you're going to overcome that hill and that mountain and be able to do what it is you're reaching for.
yeah, especially high performers and people that just like, not that they get everything given to them. The thing is, when people are really striving for to achieve a mission, you internally have to expand and grow too, right?
Right.
So that means you have to face whatever the heck trauma, pain, things that you can't even describe, you don't even know where it's coming from, stuff like that. You actually have to go through that in order for your life to expand, your business to expand, your mission to expand. So I'm really grateful because I found that clientele this week. It is amazing.
Nice.
Thank you. It was like for whatever reason, I was blocked for like 4 or 5 months for people, and I was kind of getting tired because I was like, oh, these really aren't the clients that I want. They're here, but they're not. Like I appreciate them. They're growing. but the clients that I really want were the ones that are like so passionate about what they do that even if they're on the brink of failing, they're just like, help, where do I go? I need to do this.
They're ones that have momentum.
Yes, they
I,
do.
I think I think that's what it is that you're describing is somebody who isn't stuck in a rut, someone who has momentum and knows that they're moving forward, whether it's uphill or downhill, doesn't matter. They're moving forward and they just want to have that person help support them throughout that path.
Because they're doing something totally new. Thank you, Katie. Like something totally new that they're like, I feel it, it's happening, it's happening. Why isn't it manifesting to the degree that I want it to? And I'm like, give it 5 days. It's gonna happen. To be fair, like through experience, people learn this and then they regain trust with the universe. A lot of things that get in the way of manifesting the final end result of your dream is that pain from betrayal, is that heartache from grief, is that
Fear.
trauma. I'm going to say that one.
Yeah,
The trauma of things going wrong when they went wrong versus you actually did something different this time. You have a different group of people around you. You have a new developed positive tendency to overcome the old one. That I'm so grateful because I'm just like I'm so energized. I had a reading before this podcast reading today. This podcast reading before this podcast recording today, and it was so fulfilling.
we love readings that are fulfilling.
Yes. Also, this person has this incredible mission, and I'll share it one day. But when it's in the newspapers, I can be like, it was that one. Um, but it's pretty amazing. So like the event he is tomorrow. This person is one of the individuals that's coming to this healing event for 3 hours, 3 hour ceremony. We're doing cacao, we're doing individual readings to tune you to the energy of the group. We're also doing group readings, we're also doing Reiki sound bath healing, and then you get a candle for that week so that energy smoothly and holistically heals you.
Nice. That sounds like an absolutely amazing event.
Thank you.
So I'm jealous I'm on the other side of the country and can't participate.
We're gonna come here and it's gonna happen.
Yes, one of these weeks, months, I will be coming over and visiting.
Thank you.
Don't know for sure when, because my schedule is kind of up in the air right now because I'm doing other traveling that I need to do for other events that I promised I was going to be at. But
yeah. So, well, Katie, this is the first time we're doing the event. We're gonna see how it pans out for the next. We're planning on doing it monthly afterwards, but this is basically a core essence to the retreat that Katie and I will be developing. So yeah.
yes, that is the extra fun activity because there's a lot of those showing up in my world right now that apparently I am a part of creating. I'm doing this one with you, and I'm doing one with the GPS to Life Success coaches ones as well. And I'm like, when did I become the retreat expert? I don't know, but apparently people think I am now.
Yeah, it's funny because I told Katie about 6 months ago, I'm like, we're gonna be doing retreats. Let's go adventure out and see who has retreat spaces. And hello!
And then we're running into people who have retreat spaces.
Yeah, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Maldives.
And so many other places that I'm not at liberty to say at the moment because I promised I wasn't going to say anything until after the final announcement is made.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it out there because I just learned of 3 new retreats places.
Oh,
Well, not learned of, I know of. One of them I learned of. There's Florida. There's
yeah.
there's Sedona. There's
Hmm.
there is Vermont.
Oh, I
Right?
had not known of Vermont. That would be a fun one.
Well, we just interviewed her, so you'll see.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're right. We did just interview her, and I completely forgot that that would be a possibility for us.
Yes. There is, so Katie actually intuitively gave me this understanding of don't say all your dreams out loud. So I do have a dream of a specific space being a retreat space. Owned, land owned, and all.
There will come a time where there will be a space that is owned, and I am hearing this, so you get this, and hopefully our guests get it too. But there will be a space that is owned by Touched and Empowered.
Yeah.
Don't know when, don't know where, but I'm getting that push.
100%.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and imagine all of the people that we just interviewed on this podcast in that retreat space. Do you know how dynamic that energy will be? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in that room, your frequency is going to jump essentially to like the highest heights. And then when you come back, you're going to be completely transformed.
That would have to be a week-long retreat
Yes, it would.
with all of the amazing people that we have spoken to on this podcast since we started. That would be so diverse, it would be so dynamic, and it would be a little bit daunting from the organizing standpoint of it, but I'm going to leave it to the universe to provide us the people we need to pull it off.
I just saw 5 people flash before my eyes. Yeah. I was like, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one can handle this. Yes. And we're going. Facilitators, etc. I actually love event production. I don't do it often, ladies and gentlemen. I do not, and I don't want to be paid for it. Nor do I want to be hired for it. When it comes to our own events, right? That is one of my biggest backbones. Like back in the day, I'm very grateful for this as well. When I was an NBC
Yeah.
page, I helped plan the NBC cable upfronts. That's 8 channels. That's over 100 talent from all the 8 different channels of Sci-Fi, USA, Oxygen, E, Esquire, Bravo, Sprout, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing one. Sci-Fi, USA, Oxygen, Bravo, Sprout. I used to memorize this. I don't work there
That's
anymore.
okay.
It's fine. Oh,
it's
yeah.
probably changed since you were there anyway.
Right. Universal Cable Productions, because they had their own in-house production studio. And the network executives and the chairman of NBC Universal, and like, you know, we had 2 Kardashians there. It was like we had a red carpet, we had 6 freaking screens. It was amazing. The budget for this thing I never got to see, but I could already imagine. We had 6 screens showing to advertising companies, basically pitching to them as well. Here are all the shows that we have for the year. If you want a spot, come talk to the people that are in the advertising side of it all. Linda Yacchino being somebody there.
Right.
Right. Thank you, Twitter. And it was amazing. We basically planned it within 6 weeks. So that's kind of how I understand how to plan things under the gun like that.
And I know how to plan things from the standpoint as to doing a 3-day event or doing a 2-day summit and scheduling speakers and all that other kinds of stuff, because that's what I've been doing for the last couple years.
And I don't know how to do that.
So between the 2 of us and a lot of other people that we know, it's amazing what you can create in your world, because you don't know what hidden talents your friends might have.
Exactly, like
us. Yeah, like us.
I'm very grateful for all the hidden talents that people that I can just like, oh yeah, I used to do this. And then people are like, when did that
where did that come from?
And then because I look like I just kind of sit there and I'm just like, oh yeah, oh I can do this. Bing. Like essentially I'm planning like a mini festival in West Hall. Well, when this airs, essentially this will be done.
Right.
I was supporting with like a team of people to have like a spiritual festival, if that makes sense. It's with where we're all gonna chant. It's Nichiren Buddhism with SGIO. So like, you know, That like as a participant in those activities, we're creating like a mini festival for people that are 32 and 33 and under.
Oh,
Sorry, 33 to 18. So within that group of people that could possibly relate to each other because we're in the same generation, there's also a spiritual essence to it. So anything that we do in life, which I'm really appreciative for, I'm just going to keep doing it until it's in your ears forever. Appreciative and grateful and honored that essentially you get to build those spiritual muscles, expand your life, remove the things in your life that have been like kind of seeping in the cracks,
yep.
and move with such momentum that things just keep going and win for the rest of your life. Like that's kind of how, and when I mean win, I don't mean combatively win against other people, like win in your expansion of being a human with others as well.
The amount of growth that happens with gratitude is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm excited and slightly annoyed.
I'm sorry.
You don't even know why I'm slightly annoyed.
Why are you slightly annoyed?
Because I'm older than 33 and can't attend.
You just gotta come here. Everyone, it's all right. So
I know. I'm gonna come visit anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to come at this particular event, but
thank you.
I'm just saying.
I just want to. All right, so let me express something to you. There is this one woman in this practice, the nature in the practice, the Buddhism that I do. You know, when I chant,
Mhm.
she is 77 years old. This woman can outdance me.
Yep.
You turn back timetables with this practice. It is the most incredible thing. I was literally, she was like, hey, I taught a yoga class and then I did this class. And now we're going to be filming this recording of a dance. And then we're going to teach two people how to dance. And then by this time, and this was all in one day, by the way, by this time we should go home. And by the time it was 6 o'clock, I was sitting there like, and she's still going.
Yeah.
I'm like, her abs were better than a 21-year-old cheerleader. I was so confused.
You know what? Goals.
Yes. That's my when I'm 77, that's my goal. Oh, I'm grateful to see that. Oh god. And then now I gotta stop, but yeah.
As long as we're having fun
Mm.
and grateful for the people who are showing up in our worlds, who are showing us what's possible.
Mhm.
Because there's a lot of things there's a lot of upheaval in my section of the world. There's a lot of upheaval in my world right now, just because there's a lot of moving parts. We got people moving houses, we got people moving relationships, we got people moving colleges, we got a lot of movement going on. So just taking that few moments to being grateful to having a space that I can call my own while everything else is moving around me. And as everything else is moving around me, that people are moving into my life to show me what is possible. So there's a lot going on right now.
That's so beautiful. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, your expression of gratitude and all of your bubbliness is contagious.
Hey!
And it's making me realize that, people who I thought were no longer a part of my world that are now coming back into my world are coming back into my world for a reason.
Wonderful.
And they might only stay for a short period of time, like when they were in my world the first time or the second time. But they're here, they will help me, and then they will move on. And this is where I realized with what I was talking about earlier with my support group. My support group does not have to be constant because the people who are able to help me will show up when I'm ready for the help.
Yes, and also the right people too. I think
Yes.
a good portion of the time, some people don't have the tools to be supportive. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yes.
And that's perfectly fine. I remember I was looking for support from a partner once, many times during that relationship, and it didn't it didn't come into fruition, and that's fine. But you know, it was the trippiest but awesome thing that I could be incredibly grateful for.
What's that?
And they couldn't show up. 3 other people did,
Well, there you go.
and it was in the form of friends, co-workers,
Right.
mentors, colleagues, and to be fair, that person didn't have the tools that these individuals did in order to support me in the best way that I needed.
And so all we can do is say thank you to everyone. Thank you for those who supported, and thank you for those who got out of the way who didn't know how to support.
Ooh, savage. Yes, thank you.
I'm not trying to be savage. I'm trying to.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right,
Thank
I'm
you.
just gonna stop right now because apparently what I'm saying is kind of sharp.
Hey, I've been sharp all day. It's okay. Even though I'm giddy and happy and grateful, ladies and gentlemen, still I need to still have my wits about me. Like, you can't just go into things and just be like, oh yeah, I'm a lovely cloud that people want to shoot down. That happens. It's more of like, sometimes to be real and this giddy and happy, still being sharp is fine. Like today, somebody was like, oh, this, I'm so excited, this thing is happening and this thing is happening, I'm just gonna do this for it. I'm like, no, stop. I need this because you're about to make a big mistake. Stop.
Yep.
And being that sharp is actually important before the mistake occurs.
Yes.
It's actually out of compassion. Otherwise, both people get hurt versus a mini slap in the hand like that. Stop.
That's what we call a pause button. Just pause everything right now. Stop. Rewind 3 seconds. Try that again.
Yep, in this way. Go.
Yeah.
Reorient. And well, honestly, I think that's actually one of the most pivotal aspects. A lot of people put a lot of shame on their mistakes, and it's funny how much gratitude can help shift that moment. Instead of doing the shame aspect of, fudge, I made this mistake. There is a way to shift it. It's like, oh, thank goodness I didn't make more of a mistake.
Yeah.
Where
Thank you for the baby mistake.
it could be a colossal mistake, but to be honest, you kept going. It could have been worse. So like,
that's true.
You can catch
that's
yourself.
True.
Oh, like there have been mistakes at the wazoo where I went, ow. Thank you. I'm gonna go this way.
So on that note, thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate everyone stopping by again, and we appreciate all your comments and questions, and that question episode is coming, I promise.
Yes, and thank you so much, everyone. We're very grateful for you to be here as well, and so just so happy that you tune in. Hopefully we provided a lot of fun, juicy gems and some giddy, contagious energy. Please have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Thank you.
Absolutely. Bye.
Thank you for joining us. We hope that the discussion today will inspire you to take positive action in your life. Until next week, be empowered.